love that, like that loading screen or that menu screen. That is just so eerie. Oh, I'm looking forward to this game. Okay. A rare infection from a brain-eating amoeba is being blamed for the death of a North Carolina man. He was swimming in a water park earlier this month. The amoeba is usually found in shallow freshwater. It can cause severe headaches, fever, nausea, and vomiting, which can progress into having a stiff neck, seizures, and a coma. It's only infectious when water is forced up the nose during activities such as diving and water skiing. According to the Centers for Disease Control, the CDC, the amoeba is rare but overwhelmingly deadly. This is pretty real, by the way. Like, obviously it's not going to turn into a dating sim, but there is shit in freshwater that you do not want to have, like, in your sinuses. I remember hearing about somebody who died by using a neti pot with just tap water instead of distilled water like you're supposed to. Scary, scary shit. Where are we? In the last 57 years, there have only been 145 known infections, but of those, only 4 survived. The CDC says the illness is particularly difficult to treat because it is notoriously hard to detect and progresses so quickly. The next time you go swimming, wear a nose plug and avoid activities that involve being fully submerged in freshwater areas. This is Gabe Stewart, NBS News. Okay, day 1 apparently. You feel a rush of happiness as you continue your hike because you hear nothing but nature around you. The birds are chirping, the wind is rustling through the tree branches, and water is trickling nearby. It's so peaceful compared to your busy office that is currently far, far away from you. The hundreds of emails that you get as a project manager can wait until you return from your vacation. Oh god, I'm having flashbacks. You finally arrive at the lake. The photos you looked through online couldn't convey the beauty of this place. You're so glad to stop here before entering the cabin you rented for your little vacation. Time to swim is a reward. The hours you spent hiking make your dip in the water all the more refreshing. Waves of relief wash over you as you swim around, and after a while you let yourself float to enjoy the moment. You close your eyes and your breathing slows. The sun heats up your face while the water cools your back. Oh, it's always such a good feeling. You hear a scream, and a wave pushes you to the side. Is this a lake that's big enough to have a boat? Did a boat just miss you? You stabilize yourself, coughing and spluttering for air, trying to clear water from your nose and mouth. A boy laughs as he bobs up right next to you. He smiles brightly without a care in the world. Be careful, you could have hurt us both. But nothing happened. His mother calls for him and he swims away. As he steps out of the water, his mother already has a towel in hand and dries his hair. You're a little envious. Clumsy with your words outside of work, you have a hard time connecting more with the people you love. Your friends and family do like to spend time with you, but you sometimes feel lacking when you try to show them the same affection. It just sounds like being an awkward introvert a little bit. Maybe you would have had an easier time if you had a family of your own. Your friend did tell you that her instincts as a new mother help immensely when taking care of her baby. You hope that in your case, the instinct would take over in talking to your child. How great would it be to have such a deep connection? You sigh and rise from the lake. You arrive in the cabin you've booked for the next 2 weeks. The space is too big for just one person, but it also feels luxurious to have so much space for yourself. You're basically checking this place out as a vacation home for the future family that you always dream of. Even if you don't have a partner, the thought of taking a trip together fills you with joy. By the fireplace, you look at the couches where you could snuggle with your future family. You smile, imagining your child imitating a bear as they wear the fur that drapes over one of the cushions. You stretch your arms as you yawn. Time to unpack and get settled. You put your hand into your bag and take out your vacuum-sealed clothes. You pack them this way to make space for other things. Your wallet, smartphone, food, toiletries, and some books to pass the time. That is a smart way to do it instead of bringing like 18 bags like I do. I am a chronic overpacker. After putting away all your stuff, you go and take a shower. Half an hour later, you leave the bathroom refreshed and donning a white robe provided by the rental, walking to the couches with a grin and a glass of white wine. Now this feels like a true vacation. You got some manga there and some snacks. It looks like a good time. You take out your phone and check it out of habit from your job. No, you disconnect when you're on vacation. No working. Don't look at those emails. I know I said don't look at the emails, but I'm gonna anyway. You have messages from your dad, mom, coworkers, and friends. Your dad always sends short messages like cloud with a photo of the sky attached. Must have inherited his blunt way with words. God, I have to go back and relate into messages each time. Marlo, when are you coming home? You can't just leave for months, my dear. I bet you need some fresh vegetables from our garden, too. Didn't she say it was 2 weeks? She likes to nag and remind you to do things, even though it's been years since you moved out. It can be annoying, but you know she does it with love. Coworker? Have you seen my last email? At least it isn't as per my last email, which I am guilty of saying. I know it's so passive aggressive, but sometimes it needs to happen. Yeah, you immediately regret looking at this. So when are we going on our trip? We've been trying to organize this for years. Let's at least try to make plans by the end of the year. You sigh. It's gotten so much harder to meet up since your friend group became adults. Like really, it's when people have kids I find that it becomes extremely difficult to meet up. Okay, what about photos? Your mother sent you some digital copies of old family photos. When you were little, your family used to visit the big greenhouse in the city center quite often. There are also some photos of you with coworkers. When did you take these selfies with them? You must have gotten drunk at the last office party. Always a bad idea. Do not do it. Any milestone has to be celebrated is the motto of your boss, so parties happen pretty often. You don't know how your boss is able to make the company pay for so many, but you don't dare ask him. You scroll further back and find some photos with your friends. The last time you guys met was to say goodbye to a friend in the group who was leaving the country. You should call them sometime soon. You yawn and decide to go to bed. How could you possibly go to bed when there's still so many snacks and manga to read here? I think one of those things was like supposed to be a scratchy lotto ticket. The sun warms your cheek and birds chirp as you wake up. What a peaceful morning. It's been a while since you've slept this well. You check your phone and notice that you've gotten a message from your dad. Attached is a photo of a flower that he saw on his way to work. It brightens your day whenever he does this. You want to send him a photo back, so you decide that today you'll explore your surroundings, take some pictures, and make some bookmarks with the flowers you find. After a quick breakfast, shower, and change of clothes, you're ready. Once you're outside, you take a deep breath. You can smell damp moss, flowers, and wet grass. It must have rained a little during the night. You take your smartphone out and start your hike. Your shoes sink in every time you take a step on the pine needle-covered ground. As you look around, the wind caresses the leaves above you, making their shadows dance on the ground. Soon you spot some small purple flowers growing nestled between fallen tree trunks. You squat down and take a picture up close. You stare proudly at your photo. A dewdrop on one of the petals reflects the sunlight, making the scene feel more magical. You stand up and send it to your dad. Or at least you try to. You see your bad reception and give it another attempt, but it doesn't go through. You decide to send it once you have a better connection in the cabin. Then you look at the flowers again. Upon further thought, they would be a pretty decoration for a bookmark when dried. You carefully pick one and make your way back. God, I haven't done a flower bookmark since I was a kid. After you put your bag away, you fold a sheet of paper around the flower and tuck it inside a book. You press the book shut and then stack several more books on top of it. That should make it flat and dried after a while. Then you remember to send the photo. Your dad just answers with, "Nice." And then seconds later, he sends a photo back. You chuckle. You used to make them together when you were younger. Oh, it's a new wooden toy. I miss you, Dad. You shake your head, a little embarrassed after those words escape your mouth. Somehow you can't bring yourself to send those words. You just write "nice" back. After a long bubble bath, you're ready to prepare your dinner. You cut the meat on a chopping board, almost in a rhythmic fashion. After a while of eating only takeout, it feels good to cook for yourself again. Are you cooking? It looks good. Sir, we have a problem here. You let go of your knife too fast and it clatters onto the counter. You whip your head around. No one was there. Slowly you move around the cabin, peeking into each corridor, but you found no sign of anyone else in the house. Still anxious, you go back to the kitchen. You start the stove and sear the meat in a pan. The fat glistens and the smell makes your mouth water. You almost forget the previous strange incident. Hungry and impatient, you grab a fork and tear into the meat. It's still a little rare and bloody. You enjoy the flavor and relax, feeling the stress from earlier leave your body. Putting the odd incident behind you, you were still able to find some enjoyment today. Damn, day 3 already. The morning alarm almost gives you a heart attack. With half-shut eyes, you search for your phone and hastily turn off the alarm. You sit up and massage your temples. It's been a while since you had a headache this bad. It's because you have a brain parasite. Sluggishly, you crawl out of bed and make your way to the kitchen. You brew some tea in hopes that it will help and take it with you to the living room. Are you feeling off because of all that hiking you did? Or was it the rare meat? Several hours later, you breathe heavily as you lean against the cold white ceramic of the toilet. The last time you had to vomit was after the last office party, after securing a multi-million-dollar deal for the company. The constant flow of alcohol was the only thing making the loud music bearable, but the next morning you had the hangover from hell. You can't remember much else. So the only option we have is to check the kitchen for bad food. You know you bought the food just before your hike, but you can't help but suspect that something you ate might have gone bad. No, not the bread or anything else in the kitchen. It's all fresh. Is it really food poisoning? Could it be some suppressed stress from work finally resurfacing? Or was it too much sun after being holed up in an office for so long? You grab your phone and sit down on the couch. You decide to research some more with your phone and open your browser in order to look up your symptoms. Oh god, what do I have to do here? Just to hit enter? Oh, you can't search the word search. Yeah, I love how did, um, it did go for that. Like it allowed you to do that, and it had a response put in for it. So I need to search, I guess, headache? Oh, I can type. Can be caused by alcohol, certain foods, changes in or a lack of sleep, poor posture, skipped meals, stress. You're guilty of a few of these. How to treat. Rest in a quiet, dark room, hot or cold compress on your forehead or neck, massage and small amounts of caffeine, ibuprofen, aspirin. Maybe you should call a doctor now? I mean, I wouldn't be calling a doctor just over a headache, but since we know that she has a brain parasite, she really should. Just when you're about to type in a number, your hand seizes up. Your phone falls to the couch. What was that? You hesitate. You dropped your phone from a little muscle cramp. You've had those before. Whatever bug you've caught will probably pass by tomorrow morning. You get yourself some tea, a slice of toast, and rest for today. Honestly, that's probably what I would do too. Here we go. Okay, day 5. You slept through an entire day, but you still feel weak when you wake up. You drink some tea and wonder if you should eat something, but you decide it would be better to wait until tomorrow and give your stomach more time to rest. It'd be a waste of food if you had to throw up again. What is it? I can never remember if it's like brat or race for the diet for the stomach. It's bananas. It's brat. Bananas, rice, applesauce, toast. Easy to digest. Won't upset your stomach. Eat that if you're not feeling good. You drag yourself to the fireplace and make a fire. You make yourself comfortable on the couch and watch the flames. They sway from left to right, and if you aren't careful, you could get lost in their hypnotic dance. You start to feel lonely, even as you enjoy looking at the flames. You miss your mother's chicken soup that she cooked whenever you got sick. You snuggle even deeper in the blankets. Why did you have to get sick all alone in the woods? It does suck to get sick when you're on vacation. Like, I feel bad for her. Your mind drifts off and you look around the room in a daze. Is the room getting bigger? Maybe you just imagined it. It's all right. I'm here. You force yourself upright and seize the fireplace poker, brandishing it in front of you while you search for the source of the voice. You could have sworn it was right next to you. But there's no one else in this room. After what happened the other day, you've checked as much. Of course you're the only one here. Right? You back into a corner so at least you aren't ambushed from behind. Then you take out your phone and try to call for help. An intense pain wells up in your head. I don't know if him saying no was audible there. If some of the dialogue lines, like if I skipped through without reading something, it's because there's dialogue being spoken, and if you can't hear it, just let me know so I can adjust some settings. An intense pain wells up in your head. You jolt in pain and let go of your phone. It hits the ground, bounces once, and then falls flat. You tremble as you kneel down to retrieve it. You sigh when you see that your phone is still intact. Okay. Whatever just made its presence known seems like it doesn't want you to call for help. You don't care. Your thumb hovers over the dial pad. You're going to make that call. Only option. That won't help. You nearly throw your phone out of fear, but you stop yourself in time. You only feel a little pain. Tears roll down your cheeks. You hate this voice. It's swimming in your head. It's seizing up your hand. It's like it's controlling you. No. No, now you sound delusional. What voice? You mean thinking, right? That's what everyone does. You're just fighting your own intuition, aren't you? You close the phone and just go to bed. You hope this ends soon. You close your phone and just go to bed. You hope this ends soon. When you open your eyes, you're not sure what you're looking at. Colors? Patterns? Why can't you focus? Good morning. Oh, it's our parasite boyfriend. Panic floods your body. There at the foot of your bed grins a ghoulishly colored man. Maybe you don't have a brain parasite. Maybe this is just your sleep paralysis demon and he's kind of hot. And that's fine. That's fine. Who is he? How did he break in? You snatch a nearby pillow and throw it at the intruder, but it sails right through him. You stare in sheer disbelief. Are you a ghost? No, I'm a living being. We met in the lake. I was looking... Oh, God. I'm already getting grossed out. I love it. I was looking for a place to multiply, and you were just so warm and nourishing. I couldn't resist. And finally, you can see me. He leans forward. Hi. I'm an amoeba. I think you humans call me... Oh. An amoeba. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. So I'm starting to see things. I need help. Wait. Are you getting a doctor? Of course. So you're trying to get rid of me? You feel intense pain as a new wave sends you into agony. How could you? We need to stay together. Don't you understand? Okay, wait. Please calm down. I won't do it. Good. The pain disappears. You feel even weaker than before. Exhausted, you lay back down on the bed. He's an amoeba. He's in your head. And he's sprouted more and more of him to root around in your brain. And the pain is killing you. Killing you. So, wait. Aren't I just gonna die then? He doesn't answer immediately. Don't say it like that, Marlo. Isn't it wonderful we get to spend time together? I said like a real serial killer. You have a hard time wrapping your head around this situation. But what you do know is that you're in bad shape, and this... you have a hard time wrapping your head around this situation, but you do know that you're in bad shape, and this thing won't let you call for help. Did it have to be me? Wasn't there a better place for you? No, never. Well, of course it is rare for my kind to infect humans. But I see it as a sign. And you know what I saw when I got closer to your brain? Your wish for a family, Marlo. It's as strong as mine. He comes closer and puts his head on your stomach. This is so creepy. This is where a baby would grow, right? He breathes in deeply. Is this how a fetus in the womb feels? Why would they ever leave their mother's body? It's so warm and comforting inside you humans. A shudder runs through your body. You want to hit him and push him away, even though you know your hands would phase right through him. To make this new family arrangement easier for you, I'll even let you call me Niall. Like your unrequited love from your university days. He can dig into your memories. I can offer you everything you couldn't have, but always wanted. Why are you frowning? Not happy? Also, this game does a really good job at making the player feel uncomfortable. Yeah, it's definitely hitting some buttons for me, which is great. Like, I was looking forward to this being awful in the best way. So I'm really looking forward to getting some real kind of gross out body horror from this one. You put on your poker face. Who would have thought that your days dealing with the rude stakeholders would come in handy for something like this? No, it sounds good. Really good. Right? But suddenly his smile fades. He stands up and looks at you with worry. You are getting weaker. And you were enjoying yourself so much, too. It made me smile. What was that drink you had? White wine? Yes. I wish I could drink that with you. It's something you humans do with each other, right? Well, I guess we just have to take what we can. Is there something we could do together? Oh, how about I sit with you at the dinner table? Is this him? Playing house with you? I feel like if I don't say yes, he's just gonna like zap me with some pain. But also, like, why should I do this? I'm gonna go for why should I do this? What? Why do you have to be so rude about it? He comes closer and sits on the bed. Slowly, he caresses your face. Do we already have to talk about how we should communicate? Your throat closes. Oh man, this guy is not pulling any punches. My presence seems to have this effect on you. How about we stay calm, all right? You nod. Your throat opens up and you immediately cough and gasp for air. Shh, shh. It's all right. It's all right. Now, let's go to the dining table. All right? Would you kindly go to the dining table? You need your breakfast, after all. You walk to the kitchen while Niall follows you. You can feel his gaze on you. Your hand reaches for the pantry, but Niall interrupts you. You can't just eat bread alone. You're already weak. How about something more filling? Yeah, you can't just... No, not just carbs. Have some fat and some protein with that. I'll also try to lessen the nausea, so please? For us? You clench your fist. That's rich coming from him. You turn to the fridge and take out some eggs. You're fine if I make some scrambled eggs, right? Yeah, that sounds better. I mean, I could go for some good scrambled eggs and some toast right now. The pain and nausea have truly lessened. It seems like if you humor him, you can at least keep your head clear enough to think. You hear Niall hum as you crack open some eggs and turn on the stove. Curiosity gets the better of you, and you glance at him as the eggs sizzle. He sits on a chair at the dining table, swaying left and right, happily waiting for you to finish cooking. What is this madness? This peaceful scene unnerves you more than anything, but you play along for now. After you choke some bites down, he leans forward in excitement. It tastes better with some company, right? I I cannot go into the faking it of so much. I feel like I guess so is polite enough. You're still working with him. Oh, come on. I guess you're still tired. I'm a little sad you're not as excited as I am. Sorry. Maybe I should be more patient until you get used to all of this. Then he lets you eat in peace until you're finished. You clean up and begin to fidget as you're not sure how Niall wants to continue the day. Suddenly you get goosebumps and slump down. You heave, a wave of nausea surging through you. Oh, no. I thought I could give you more time. He reaches for your arm, but it goes right through. I wish I could help you stand. After a few seconds, your nausea dissipates. How can you survive this situation? What should you do? Is there a way to be rid of him? I'm slowly killing you. Why are you upset with me? Yeah, right? Oh, man. It definitely feels like a more dramatic version of some real complaints I've heard, where it's like, I keep doing things that are completely counter to your wishes and dangerous for you, and I don't understand why you're upset with me. Let's get back to bed, all right? You both shuffle back to the bedroom. You lay down in bed and Niall sits down beside you. He strokes your hair as you gradually fall asleep. You hardly slept and still feel weak. Your neck is very stiff and weird colors appear again before your eyes. Oh, you're awake. Good morning, dear. You turn your head and see multiple Niles next to the bed. You suppress the urge to scream. Here, I wanted to show you what our children inside you look like. Ugh. There's even one that looks like you. Ah, here. Oh, Jesus Christ. He puts a blob of blue mass on your lap. The way it burbles and cries, it sounds desperately like a human baby. I mean, to me, this is what babies look like anyway. It coughs some blue spit. It coughs and some blue spit runs down its cheek. Isn't it cute? I mean, again, that's how I feel when people ask me that about regular children. Can we get away with a middle of the road answer here? Yes, but we need to clean up that spit. Oh, right. He takes the baby back and wipes up the spittle. Good. Are they well? Yes, we're all really healthy. Wonderful. Just great. Come get breakfast once you're ready. You seem even weaker today, so I'll stay silent while you sleep a bit more, all right? You nod and lay down. After a few hours, you reluctantly sit up. Your grumbling stomach won't shut up. While you walk to the kitchen, you assess your situation and try to think of a plan. Niall won't let you call a doctor or nor other help. He loves acting like a husband to you. If you humor him, he'll try to lessen the effects of the infection. But if he stays, you'll certainly die. You arrive in the kitchen and Niall shows himself. So you have enough strength to eat now. Great. How do I get out of this? Is there a way to somehow use his fixations on family against him? A slight headache interrupts your thoughts. What are you thinking so hard about? It's like something moving around inside your head. I know how to get the different endings in this game, but I won't spoil anything for you unless you specifically ask for help. Thank you so much. That is my favorite way of doing things. I'll always be very explicit if I'm literally asking for help or if I'm just kind of musing to myself. And I do love when there's the skip button, so that way I can get through it again really quickly and try to get another ending too. What are you doing? I just want to know what you're thinking. You try your hardest to think of something positive about Niall. You can't risk him seeing what you truly think. Yeah, I think this is bad ending right here. At the very least, we want to go for, like, medium ending. A lovely day to spend with my Niall. Oh, you charmer. He sounds absolutely delighted. The headache disappears and you sigh in relief. I think somewhere in your memories it said a little caffeine helped when you had a headache. Yeah, coffee sounds great right now. You put on a kettle and shake some instant coffee into your mug. Then you take a yogurt cup from the fridge and get a spoon. Niall's eyes glimmer with excitement, as if he expects you to do some magic tricks. Is yogurt good? Yeah, it's sweet. Apparently you don't eat plain Greek yogurt. And cold and refreshing. After a while, you start to play with your spoon. Maybe it's better if you only eat a bit. You don't want to upset your stomach. Come on, eat a little more. We have more mouths to feed after all. Ugh. The reminder makes you drop your spoon. Yeah. What's wrong? Him. Everything about him and what he does to you. You stare at him with wide open eyes. You bite down hard on your lips to hold yourself back from giving him a piece of your mind. Are you angry? No, I know you're just worried. Well, we both want you to be healthy, right? So I'm allowed to be worried about you, right? Sure. This is a nightmare. When the water's ready, you pour some into your mug. After adding some milk, you mix the coffee and drink it. Do you feel a little better? Yes. There's palpable tension between you two. Niall makes the first move, putting his hand on yours. Here, this might cheer you up. You see blue shapes glow and dance in the space between your hands. Do you like it? You slowly nod. Oddly, this beautiful dance of colors comforts you. It pains you that he seems to care, despite being the cause of your suffering. Do you want to spend some time together in the living room? Maybe watch the fire in the fireplace? Niall sighs. Maybe sleep will help. I hope we can do something together tomorrow, Marlo. Now, let's go. He walks beside you as you go back to your bedroom. Tomorrow you have to get it together, no matter what it takes. Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but I think it's too late. You wake up in your weakest state yet. Your skull feels full and ready to burst. Your heavy limbs struggle to move on command. Your breathing is dry and ragged, and you're attacked by shivers from a sweltering fever. You don't have much time left. You steel yourself and decide that you have to push through, no matter how upset he gets. You have to at least try. In your dizzy state, you look up, and there he is. Good morning. You dearly wish that he would just leave your body. He acts like a husband and wants to be a father. What a disgusting display from this fake family. Wait. A father? Niall, I have a question. Yes? He strokes your hair as he speaks. How you wish you could smack his hand away. Why do you want to be a father? Well, I sort of already am, right? I believe I'm pretty good at it. I doubt you actually know what a great father is, Niall. You could never be a good father. Yes, you're a wonderful father, Niall. I mean, the first two are just gonna get us, like, smacked down. You know, the first one, maybe he might want to try to prove something to us. I'm not quite sure whether her goal is to, like, lull him into a false sense of security here, or if it's to try to, like, piss him off. I guess we'll go with, like, false sense of security at first. Yes, you are a wonderful father, Niall. Thank you, Marlo. I'm glad you think so, too. We are a wonderful family. He gives you a kiss on your forehead, but no lips touch your skin, only a tingling flare of heat. He's just an imaginary husband, after all. You haven't really moved much. Are you too weak to stand up today? Is it too hard to talk now? How about I dig deeper and see for myself? You feel something pushing and pulling inside your head. Oh, only one option. Show your memory of a relative who was struggling before their death. Maybe Niall will show you mercy. You're just exhausted at this point. Marlo, are you this tired? You nod. I beg you, make the pain stop. Niall looks over you with worry, pacing the room, chewing a fingernail. How about... He puts a hand on your forehead. Does this make you feel better? No. What are you trying to do? I saw a glimpse of your memory once when you were little. I believed your mother did this for you when you were sick as well? Silly you. I had a fever then. Not an infection. Guilt flashes across his face, but he shakes his head and affection returns to his gaze. I'll think of a way. For now, sleep, my dear. With the last of your energy spent, you drift off into a deep slumber. Oop, brain's looking a little red there. Oh god, even the bubble is all, like, all fucky. Your breathing is shallow as you wake up in your bed. Patterns dance in front of your eyes as you hear Niall humming. You know he's not real, but you still feel his warmth next to you. Is it comforting? Are you scared? It doesn't matter anymore. All you know is that you're experiencing him. Hope is gone from your mind. You can't tell illusions from reality anymore. You turn your head towards Niall and try to focus your eyes on him.
Oh, how beautiful.
He reaches out to you and caresses your hair.
You must have turned and tossed around a lot in your sleep. The bed sheets are like a veil on you. Maybe this is the only way we can marry.
Creepy.
I know we don't have a lot of time. I feel you getting weaker by the second. But don't worry. I am with you. Until death do us part.
You feel him wrap you in his embrace. You never imagined that death could feel so warm. You slowly close your eyes as you hear Niall humming the wedding march. Okay. So I'm guessing that was mid or bad ending. Let's start up again and start skipping through and pick all the good things. That was ending 2. Do you know how many endings there are? Like, is there more than 2? Like, is it just the, I'm super into this and I love my amoeba husband ending? There's 4 endings. Okay. Okay. Try calling the police. Okay, we're gonna pick all the positive and affirming things this time. You won't say the names of the others, and okay, thank you. Of course, my dear. You shove down all the disgust you feel as fear has pushed you to say this phrase. Niall blinks in surprise, and then he smiles at you in pure bliss. Oh God, now I'm all flustered. Let's go then. After you. Okay, we can skip again. Absolutely, you're really sweet too. He continues to hum. I'm happy that there's at least some things we can do together. What else? Oh, is it possible for us to watch something together later? I saw glimpses of... What was it? Movie dates in your memory? My phone's a little small for us to watch something together. Oh, okay. So you want to pout? That was a little pout. With mixed feelings, you turn back to your plate, thankful that he at least lets you eat in peace until you're finished. Okay, skip. It's absolutely precious. We're already at the weird baby. It's absolutely precious. You try to hug it, but you can't touch it. You're desperate to make him happy. I'm so glad you like it. It's our family, after all. He takes the baby back. Come get breakfast once you're ready. You seem weaker today, so I'll stay silent while you sleep a bit more, all right? You nod and lay down. A lovely day to spend with my Niall. You're a wonderful father, Niall. Are we just gonna get the same ending? Oh, that didn't... I figured that doing all the good... Although, admittedly, the color is different now for the background. It's red. But I expected that to... Like, all the positive affirming things to get a different ending. I guess we could try to do all the negatives. Okay, we're gonna do all the negative endings. Not endings, but all the negative options. No. What? Don't call this a baby. You don't have to look at it like... Oh, you don't have to look at it like it's vermin. You turn around and hide inside your blankets. Leave me alone, I beg of you. At least for a bit. Okay. Just go eat something later, okay? And then silence. If only you didn't exist. That's quite the face there. You're really cruel. It hurts, Marlo. It hurts when you think of me this way. I'm really trying here. I think I need some space. Yeah, you should get out of me. And then he disappears. Anxious about the way he left, you eat something and drink some tea. At least the nausea hasn't set in again. Should you just run out of the house? Could you chance the woods and find somebody to help? You hurry towards the front door. Where are you going? Of course, he's still there. Maybe you would like to take a walk with me? Marlo, you're weak. What are we going to do if you collapse outside? Go to bed. Now. I can still walk around at least. Marlowe. A wave of pain spreads through your head. I'm begging you, for your own sake. Your head pounds and forces you to your knees. Good. The pain stops. As a tear rolls down your cheek, you go back to bed. You pray that tomorrow you'll find the strength to defy him. I feel like this one is the most negative, that you could never be a good father. You're just an amoeba. You just multiply and copy yourself. You don't care about children. What are you talking about? Your head hurts, but you don't care at this point. As if you know. Oh, I do know. The question is how to show it to him. You haven't... Oh, it's back to that. Oh, different. Show him the memory of your university crush. Show him you long for something real and not whatever it is Niall's trying to be. You remember the real Niall smiling. You loved his sarcastic humor, how easily he offered up his help, and how soft his voice was when he had to calm you down. Despicable. Is that it? You want something more real? A human who never loved you back in the end? You deserve better, Marlowe. But I guess you don't believe that's me. I can't take this. He disappears. You hope he's gone completely, but you fear that's not the case. When you open your eyes, Niall looms over you. Or at least you believe it's him.
You finally woke up?
His voice is cold. Gone is every ounce of affection he had ever expressed before. Your body stiffens as panic and fear overtakes you. You want to move, you want to run, but your body doesn't listen. You can only shake him before... Or you can only shake before him like a fawn before a wolf. Niall sighs.
I really, really wanted to believe you. I was hopeful, you know? It's so rare my kind gets to be with you humans. So I thought we were special. I thought I could build a home with you. A family full of love.
He grabs your wrist and pulls you up.
But you just couldn't accept me. You had to treat me like vermin. And even went so far as wanting to get rid of me. You know that it's a death sentence for me. You get medications, right?
Oh, that was really quiet, so I don't know how that's coming across on stream. For some reason, that line is much quieter than the other ones. So, you know that that's a death sentence for me if you get medications, right? He rubs his head into the back of yours.
Just why did my love not reach you? I am sure I expressed it a lot. Surely you know how much I want a family like you. Just where did we go wrong?
For a moment, disgust is all you can feel. The hypocrisy, the denial, the sheer audacity of all the nonsense he's talking about makes bile rise in your throat. And then his voice breaks.
Marlowe, I can't help but still hold you dear to my heart. You know, because I can look into your memories and thoughts sometimes. I know how much genuine love you have for the family you want. You imagined your child running around in this very cabin, right? I wish I could have been the father of that lovely child.
Your throat closes. The more desperately you gasp for air, the more searing the pain is in your throat.
Marlowe? Wait, I still have things to say.
Don't die, I'm not done bitching at you yet.
This is not what I wanted. I wanted to see you smile. I could not control anger And now, I'm so sorry, Marlo. But don't worry. I will follow you soon.
This ain't like a romantic, like, not that Romeo and Juliet is romantic, but like, this is not a Romeo and Juliet situation here, dude. Like, you're dying because you are a parasite and you killed me. Well, that sure is something. Ugh. Okay. So we got two endings. So one ending, it didn't matter, like, whether you did all positive or like a mix of positive or negative, it still came up with the same ending. And then one ending for all negative. If you feel like it, feel free to spoil. Tell me how to get the other two endings, and we'll run through them before the end of stream. Okay, for ending 3, you need to treat Neil badly on day 6. Choose a lovely day to spend with Neil on day 7 and say, I doubt you'll be good father. Yeah, that was just saying that on day 9. Okay, I gotta keep track of the days then. There we go. A lovely day to spend with my Neil. Niall, sorry, not Neil. Okay, I doubt you actually know what a great father is. What? Well, at least not in the human sense. I mean, how could you have learned if you had no one to teach you? Then tell me. Children take priority. You think I don't know that? How many of your decisions are for your own survival? How much of this is really for the survival of our children? Good, he's getting insecure. Oh, and then we're back to this. Too weak to stand. Okay, show him a memory of your dad. Show him what a great example he is. This has to sway Niall's mind. You remember your father and his big, calloused hands. You stood next to him, barely reaching his waist, as you both worked on a wooden toy. He looked away for a second, and you took your chance to use the grinding machine. After all, your father looked so cool when he used it. Just in time, he pulled you away, injuring his own hand, but he just smiled and sighed. Oh, my cheeky angel, don't ever do that again, all right? You're so cruel, Marlo. If I was human, I could be the husband you want, the best father for your children, but there's no way for me to follow his example. I can't even help you stand up. I'm just a small organism. He looks completely broken, sitting on the ground like a lost child. It's not just about strength, Niall. It's his compassion, the will to put his own children first no matter what happens to himself. And I know we can do that for our children. Really? Yes. We don't have to welcome death so early, Niall. What? How? If you stay inside me, I'll die with you. I don't mind if it's with you. You bite down on your lips. Just continue. You've got him where you want him. He's listening. But we're also murdering our children this way, Niall. Is that what a father does? Niall looks away. But what else are we supposed to do? We go back to the lake. You and our children can survive there. Hope sparkles in Niall's eyes. But that hope quickly gives way to sadness, darkening his face. But what about you? We'd have to be separated for some time, but that gives me time to recover. Then I can come back, and we can have more time together again. But that means you'll have to walk there and swim in the lake. You could drown. That's what I can do as a... You really don't want to say the next word. Mother. A small sacrifice for our children. Tears form in Niall's eyes as he hugs you. The break of a cold sweat in place of its phantom touch. I'm scared, Marlowe. What if I survive and you don't? Then take care of the children for me. That I only realize now that you truly love us. Thank you. Sleep for now. While you sleep, I'll try to lessen the symptoms and give you time to gather your strength for tomorrow. Finally, he agreed like you expected. You just hope your body can keep up tomorrow. You cling to that hope as you fall asleep. You take a deep breath as you open your eyes. Niall stands in the corner, looking worried.
I can breathe a lot better today.
I think that's the first time we've actually heard our own voice in this. He nods.
You convinced me that we should try the lake, so the least I can do is lessen the pain. But your body is still in bad shape. You will still see hallucinations, Marla. Are you sure you want to do this?
This is the only way for us, Neil.
Oh, it is Neil, not Niall. Neil comes closer and caresses your face.
I wish I could carry you to the lake at least. But this is all I can do. Trying to lessen the effect and wishing for the best.
You swallow back the insults that you want to throw at him. At your murderer in front of you.
Believe in us, Neil.
You bite your lips before you continue.
Believe in our love.
You choke down the bitter aftertaste of those words left in your mouth.
Yes, my love. I will.
You drag your weakened body to the bathroom to wash your face and change your clothes. Then you enter the kitchen. After you force all of one bite of toast down your throat, you're finally ready to go out. Just days ago, you were so happy to hear the birds chirping here. Now you have to try your best not to turn this into the last hike of your life. Although the colors are less aggressive than they've been for the past few days, you still see patterns dance in front of your eyes. The forest is changing in shape, and sometimes the sounds are piercing to your ears, but you force yourself to ignore it all just to focus on walking.
You are so brave, Marla.
You suppress the urge to make snide remarks.
I am just doing what I think is needed.
I know, but still. You could drown.
Funny how he reminds you of that when he's already killing you with just his presence.
Neil, try to think positively. I am well aware of the risks, but this is the only way.
The only way for me to survive. Yes.
For me too, Neil.
But only because he won't let you call the ambulance.
Something positive to talk about. How about our family? I will keep multiplying even there, Marlowe. I will multiply and create our children this way. I will take care of them so we can all enter your body once you come back. It will be the family we both wanted. And with even more time to spend with each other. Like you said, we don't have to welcome death so early. But I am still worried.
He's one creepy, delusional asshole.
It is so rare that my kind infects you humans. So even when you come back,
Don't worry. Just believe in our love. It is truly a special one. It will overcome the odds.
right.
You will never return to this place, though. But Neil cannot know this. Were he to sense your deceit, he would unbury the truth in your mind.
There we are.
You reach for the nearest tree and lean against it. You've arrived at the lake where you got infected. To think that you would come back here in order to survive.
Careful, dear.
You take off your clothes and enter the water. So we need to actually fail this on purpose. Man, it really just lets you. It's like, come on, you can do it. You've become too weak. Your body no longer listens, too ravaged by the infection. Gravity takes over, dragging you down the lake.
Marlo, no! Marlo, please.
You gasp for air and water rushes into your lungs. The smile of your mother comes to mind. How you wish you could be next to her and be in comfort one last time. Your throat spasms in pain, your lungs burn, and your mouth opens to scream, only to be drowned out by the unrelenting water. How long will it take for your coworkers to worry about your absence? How long until they start looking for your body?
Always.
The pain is now so intense that it stabs into you like dozens of knives. You'll never be able to embrace the family you had always wanted. You gasp in futile attempts for air, again and again. Your thoughts begin to drift as your vision fades. You regret that you did not spend more time with your mother. You regret that you could never make any wooden toys with your father again. You regret not going on that trip with your friends. But, more than anything, you wish you could have been given more time. Now nothing but regrets are left. This ending is called Mutual Destruction. Yeah, it definitely seems like it. Not that I, possibly a slightly kinder way than having your brain completely melted by an amoeba. Okay, for the last one, do I have to win that minigame? Yeah, okay. Then we should be able to get back to that real fast. Oh, shit. I don't know if I'm doing this right. Did I do it? You burn your own wish to move your limbs, but they only respond in small movements. Panic takes hold as you try not to sink. You hear Nile faintly through the water.
Marlo! Marlo, please! Stay with me! This is far enough. I can go from here.
As you try to stabilize yourself, you feel your body rapidly change in temperature. You scream in agony as your nerves bear burning fever and icy chills before you hack up the water you swallowed. After several excruciating moments, you can feel heat across your entire body. In a haze, you see tiny blue patterns leave your skin and disperse into the water. Oh, I guess we actually survived with this one because the little text bubble just healed. Seeing those tiny amoebas leave your body fills you with joy. Finally, you're free of him. But then a small spot on your hand doesn't move for a few moments. You freeze and pray he hasn't heard your thoughts.
Please come back to me, Marlo.
He hasn't discovered your plans. At last, you give him a genuine smile.
I will.
Please. If not for me, then for our children.
Of course.
I love you, Marlo. I always will.
Me too.
He whimpers and in a broken voice says his last words.
Goodbye, Marlo.
Goodbye, Niall.
The blue color fades and the heat along with it. You gather all your strength and swim to the lakeside. You can't help but move away as fast as possible out of fear that it might reinfect you. As soon as you touch the earth, you crawl out and cry. You scream out all the fear and pain that you had to endure. Tears fall and you can't stop yourself from falling apart. You can't even form the insults you wanted to scream. You are so emptied, so utterly spent that your infection-ravaged body, acting on sheer willpower alone, is on the verge of collapse. And then a sense of relief washes over you. He's finally gone. Finally, you can return home. And this ending is called Survival. Yeah, definitely get your ass to a doctor because you don't know how much of your brain is already melted. But yeah, that was Parasite in Love. Thank you so much for your help with the getting the other two endings. That was so kind of you, so that way I didn't have to look that up. That was really fun. That was creepy. I actually expected it to be a little different, I think, because when I was looking for images for my Twitter and Blue Sky post to say that I was going to go live with this game, the like I saw like a lot of YouTuber react sort of pictures, and they were all like, oh, like best boyo, like, you know, amazing amoeba husband, stuff like that. But he had no redeeming qualities. Like this was pure horror, coercion. Like it was not. He's not the best boy. Like he's not my best boy at least. But it was a very fun game. So definitely enjoyed playing that.